All right, we are up and going. Episode 22. I call this one Let's Get Live. If you don't know, for those you will know by the end of this, and I also call this the Midwest Mafia edition. Uh, our guests may not like that, but I spent some time in the Midwest, and I'm telling you, the Midwest hospitality, flavor. I mean, it was just amazing. I'm an East Coast guy, so it was nice to get out there and see something different. But we have Gene Murray. Gene, what's that day been like for you so far, sir?
Well, the day's been busy. Just got off a plane, from
Yo,
checking out my daughter in New Orleans. Now I'm
uh-huh.
here at Butler watching another volleyball game. So,
This man is moving.
yeah,
Well, this is great. So thanks for joining us because
yeah.
with that kind of a schedule, it would have been very easy for you to say, "Nah, I don't want to do it." So I
Mm-hmm,
appreciate that you wedged us in to try to pull this off. We're gonna jump right into it. All
mm-hmm.
right. So for the listeners, you and I are in the same fraternity. I was in Indianapolis. For those who are in the fraternity that'll be listening to this, make your way over there to Indianapolis. You will not be disappointed. I was just so shocked with, although the size of that chapter, the individual brothers, just how much they spent for me. I was there. I was in the Army. I was there for Army duty, just a passer through. But the love and the interest I got in that short amount of time told me all I needed to know. And then I met you, and not only did you spend time and helping me answer my questions, put me in contact with people, I found out that you have a certain pastime, a hobby, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say that you a father,
Mm-hmm.
obviously a sports father, but you got some time to do some DJing?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. For
Okay,
4 decades.
okay. So you've been rocking the block for a while now. That's what it
Yeah.
sounds like.
Yeah.
And your handle, what is that handle, sir?
My handle is DJ Get Live. That's DJGITLIVE.
Okay. We're gonna do some editing here then, because I wanna spell that way when it
Okay.
comes back to this episode. All right, so we're gonna come back to that. I just want to get that up front so people could understand where we're going with that. All right, so I spent my time in Indianapolis. It's got its own flavor, affectionately known as the Circle City. Were you born and raised in Indianapolis?
Born and raised in Naptown.
How far back does the Murray clan go there in Indianapolis?
Well, my father moved here when he was 12. My mother was born here. So, that goes back to the 50s.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so we go back a long time, and, my family's big. So it's a lot of Murrays running around here.
Oh, so you think out there. All right. So I'm a little curious here. Right now, I see that you got a bulldog on on your jacket,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
and you
I'm
said you was down in New Orleans.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. I don't think there's any bulldogs there. What does the bulldog represent for those who may not know?
Well, this bulldog is for Butler University, where I went to school, got my first undergrad, and I played football here. So I'm a bulldog for life. So,
Ooh.
yeah.
I wanted to get to that. That's the juice right there. And it's
hmm
funny because we just talked to a basketball player last night. What positions did you play in football?
I played tailback.
Which means you had some wheels, but I'm curious, was you the Reggie Bush? Were you the Thunder or the Lightning? You gave them the speed or you ran over fools?
I was probably running over cats. I didn't have the blades and speed like some guy, but
Yeah,
but I'll run you over. Put my head down and just go to work. That's what I was probably known for even coming up. Wasn't for the speed. You
yeah.
know.
Wait, so coming out of high school, and we're gonna get back to this, man. I thought y'all was all about that basketball out there in Indianapolis.
we up about that basketball, but our football, is second to none too. So
Oh,
that's
oh,
little do people know. I went to Cathedral High School, so it was like it's like one of the top football schools in the state. So yeah, we rock and roll with football and basketball.
How did you get to Butler? Did they recruit you?
Yeah. I was getting recruited by a few schools. Butler was my main one. My one of my teammates was going to Butler. We said we're going for it as a pack. So we both decided to commit to Butler. He was a receiver. I was a tailback. So we went in 1990. Ready to join the Bulldog family.
All right. What are those other schools that had that were interested in you? And I'm gonna come on. I think Freudian slip. You already know what's coming after that. But let's get to this one. What were those schools that were interested in you?
So the schools that were interested in me, more or less, were D2 schools here locally, for the most part. Yeah. University of Indianapolis, Valpo, St. Joe's, up northern Indiana.
Yeah.
No, those are the main ones. There were some others here and there that I got some interest, some light interest, but those three other schools were the main ones interested outside of Butler.
Growing up, though, before your buddy that was the wide receiver, especially when you saw you had a little talent in football, where'd you want to go?
I don't know, because it was the whole recruiting was kind of different then than it is now. So yeah. I thought it was actually going to go to Miami of Ohio, which I went to visit there. Cool school, had engineering, which I wanted to be an engineer. So that's where I actually thought I wanted to go. But after that visit to Butler and meeting some of the guys, it was all set that where I wanted to go at that point.
Okay. When you're a Butler Bulldog, what's the chant? What they got a hand sign? What? I know nothing. Nothing. I just know national championship, and I know that half court shot was in the bucket, back of the rim. It almost dropped. That's all I know. So is there a chant? Is there something you say? Is there a hand sign? I'm curious.
No specific hand sign. But if you give a call out, "Go Dogs," I expect in return, "Go Dogs." That's our little call out, if you will. If I see somebody with a blue and white Bulldog jacket on, I'm gonna say, "Go Dogs."
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. See, I didn't know that. Man,
yeah.
I needed to know when I was there. I might have got some free slices of pizza.
You might have. You might have.
I clearly didn't know. Okay, so you seem rather humble. Talk to me, bro. Tailback. You must have been nice in high school. What was your best game in high school that you can remember?
Oh, let's see. I was okay. No, I was pretty decent. I'm probably known for my football, but I played 3 sports in high school. So my best game, I thought, probably was against Broad Ripple High School. I only had 12 carries. I only played the first half and one play in the second half. Because that particular game, I went 90 yards in the first play of the second half and didn't play any more the rest of the game, which was cool. I had no issues with that. But that was like a big game because the other school had a running back by the name of Arnold Mickens, who was pretty darn good himself. Yeah. And so we came on top of that, that game, 35-0. But it was a good game. 2 pretty good running backs. He had a storied career. Actually, when he ended up transferring to Butler after I left, he was like considered talked about like for a Heisman. He had some good stats. Running about 2,500 yards while he was at Butler in one season. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So he was pretty good.
We got to go back to that 90-yard. One run, 90 yards. Did you have to put a foot in the ground? Did you run over somebody and then take off?
No.
Hold on.
I just hit the corners and scooted. I got caught at the goal line, but I fell into the end zone. And usually that year I would kick the extra point too. But I didn't have to kick the extra point because I was just too tired.
Oh, you kicked extra. Okay, so now this is that athletic talent. We trying to flush that out here. Wait. You said you also were a 3-sport athlete. What else? What else did you do?
Yeah, I played basketball and baseball. Baseball was actually my favorite sport and my best sport, really, because I grew up playing baseball. And, I started when I was 6,
Yeah.
so I was pretty, such a raw talent in baseball. But everybody probably knows me more or less for my football skills. But baseball was my first love, and I played basketball just because everybody played basketball in Indiana. I was just okay up until I stopped growing, like my 8th grade freshman year. Like I stopped growing taller, so everybody passed me up in the hoops. But it was all good. I still had pretty good hooping background in me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What position in baseball or position?
More or less, I played first. I dibbled and dabbed in shortstop and outfield. But I batted leadoff or second, just because of my speed.
Yeah.
And I was gonna get on base. I batted over 400 my senior year in high school. Co-captain. So I had the talent. That's probably my one regret is not trying out for the Butler baseball team when I was here.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, these are the things we learn. These are things we learn that can help those of us who got, I got kids, they're younger than yours. So my softball players that I got right now, I'm a girl dad as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Girl dads. We rock together.
Oh man, I'm telling you, I was all in. Now, what had happened was, Wifey wanted one more. She always wanted a boy, and that last one was the boy. And then we closed up shop after that.
Okay.
But,
okay.
I was content being a girl dad.
Mm-hmm.
So for you seem like, and I gotta admit, you're one of my best follows on social media. Sorry about all the stalking. I don't know if Facebook tells you stuff like that. How many times people are looking at your page and
no.
But I think I could talk more volleyball off of what I've learned and gleaned from your pages.
Yeah, that's what I do now. That's what my family does.
But let's get to this then. Those are some athletic girls. You got 2 girls?
3.
Okay, those are some athletic girls.
Yeah.
As a girl dad, I mean, let's toot that horn here. How many? Okay, so how many sports did you bring to your girls? I know we talked volleyball, but where did you have them at?
Well, the oldest, we tried her in basketball first. Yeah. Tried her in softball. She competed in gymnastics, was pretty good. She tried tennis for like a day or 2. I think that's it for her. And then the other 2, my middle girl, we put her in gymnastics just because the oldest was in it, but she wasn't any good. And then, she just wanted to play volleyball after that. Yeah. And my youngest, she's strictly volleyball.
Oh.
Yeah, strictly volleyball.
Was that, because I know that's easy.
Yeah.
It's easy for them to specialize. Was it hard for you, though, when she said, I really only want to do this volleyball thing? Was that hard for you?
Yeah, it wasn't hard because at least for the youngest, because I'm coaching, but I wanted them to try other things just to so I can really say, hey, we tried it, it didn't work out. They didn't want to put on a football helmet, they didn't want to pick up that hoop rock, and they didn't want to hit a baseball. So. They just fell in love with volleyball, and that was it. And I figured I had to learn it.
Which is a nice segue into what I wanted to get into. Gene, let me help you out, man. I guess I know everything about where you're from, but where I'm from, there ain't many brothers in volleyball or coaching. Bruh, how did you get not only into it, but you've been excelling to this point? But tell us that background. How did you get into volleyball like that?
Well, I was just a volleyball dad, really.
Right.
And then as my oldest, got into middle school, that she didn't have a program at her school. So, I was trying to, find a coach just to coach them. And so happened, like I said, well, I'll help another coach out, just to be helping. Now, at that point, I didn't know the game. This was probably 12, 13 years ago. I didn't know the game, but I said, I'm an athlete. I'm pretty smart, I think. I'm a student of the game, and so I'll learn it. And from that point, I put myself in some coaches clinics. I learned from some college coaches, some other high school coaches, and put myself in position. In 6 years, we won 4 sectionals, 2 regionals, two semi-state appearances, and this is from going and get some kids that never touched a volleyball, going to get them out of the cafeteria. Hey, you want to play? You want to play? They were athletic, they were smart, they were coachable. So that's all I need. For me, I figure if I got those type of skills as an athlete, I'm gonna be able to do something with them.
I am at that same point, sir. What I have noticed, every bruh thinks he's gonna make it to the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen some dudes with bunnies. I'm talking serious hops, and they trying to go that way. Versus you can wear them same shoes on the volleyball court. You may not like that, coach, but he can wear them same shoes, or she, but I'm starting with the people I grew up with. If they would have if our best athletes would have played volleyball, I think that game would be so much bigger here in America. I'm a beach boy. I grew up in Virginia Beach. I lived in Florida. I lived in California. I'm a beach dude. Even live in Houston, there ain't no beaches, bro. But I'm just kind of curious on your thoughts, because I like what you did there. You just got to go find athletes. What can we do now to start swaying more people? I mean, you've got the pedigree, the coaching pedigree. So I think when you open your mouth, people will be like, okay, let's see what coach wants. But how can we change that?
Well, I mean, it's just really giving some of the kids more access, because whether it's a young man or a young lady, they just need the access to the game, because the game is what separates a lot of kids is the economic piece, because it's an expensive sport, and most of the kids that excel are able to get the training they need. They're constantly in the gym. They can get to the best coaches, and those that can't, they're just trying to do it on their own. You can't do volleyball on your own. Volleyball is a growing sport within for boys and men. Also, it's probably the second fastest sport, growth in the whole United States. So, but the economic piece is critical. That's why you don't see, like you said, a lot of brothers, playing and or coaching. You actually don't even see a lot of young ladies that look like us, playing or coaching, because of that same economic piece.
Yep.
It is what it is, and if that can be removed, just like Tiger Woods took over golf.
Yes.
And it's beyond our imagination what the sport could look like if we took the economic piece out.
Yeah. I know you're in agreement. If you think back on desegregation in our major sports, the NFL, the NBA, you see a marked difference in athleticism and the level of play. When we look back on archival footage, when you see these brothers bending over and dribbling back in those days, and how slow the game was, and you look at the athletes that we know were around but that are here now, I think, to your point, I think the sport takes off. So I'm glad that it's growing. Maybe that growth could spark, fingers crossed, could spark a renewed interest in diversification of where it's offered. Hopefully.
Yeah, I would like to see it.
Yeah. Well, I think I've sent you at least 1 or 2 direct messages. I try not to hit you up too much, but
good.
I got them girls. I got my girls heading that way too.
Yeah. It's a great sport. It's absolutely a great sport. My oldest is coaching on the collegiate level. My middle daughter's playing collegiately, and my youngest daughter, she's still in high school, but she has aspirations to play in college too. So it's a great sport.
So can we celebrate that? I was gonna get to it, but since you
Okay.
got it right here,
My bad.
why was you in New Orleans? Do you mind toot your own horn about that, please?
No, my middle daughter plays at Xavier in New Orleans in Louisiana. So, they had their conference tournament, and I told myself at the beginning of her season, since her sophomore season, I'm going to try to make her the first match, and I'm trying to make her conference tournament wherever it is. And fortunately, they were hosting it this year, and as they played Friday, they played yesterday, Saturday, and won the championship in 5 sets. It was a great match, a tough team that they played against. They lost to twice 2 weeks ago. That earned them a bid to the NAIA national tournament, which is their 13th in a row. That's a pretty big deal when you don't get an automatic bid.
Yeah.
You win your tournament, you get that automatic bid. So 13 years in a row, no matter what conference you're in, that's major.
So where's that in NAIA going to be?
Well, the first round, we're not sure exactly where it's going to be just yet. We'll find out tomorrow. But after the first round, everything's in Iowa at the NAIA national headquarters, in that city.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I'm familiar. My undergrad, we were an NAIA school.
Okay.
Our basketball team did good. It's kind of similar to you. They were to her program. They were there during my time. I mean, we probably took it for granted, but they would always have an opportunity to go to the NAIA in some fashion.
Yeah.
Dennis Rodman, for our listeners, came out of the NAIA.
Yeah. He did.
Put some respect on. If you didn't know, there's always there are reasons, and it doesn't mean NCAA does not necessarily mean the best.
Yeah, and that's a whole nother conversation in itself.
And I would be here to have it. I got some athletes. I would love to have that. Okay, this is what I do. I put mental notes so I can come back and I can do that. I'll be reviewing this, so I'm going to remind myself of that. Okay. All right, and then you did say that your oldest is coaching. Well, this is a joke. Don't get mad. But what YMCA downtown Indianapolis is she at?
No, not that. Yeah, not that. No, she's now a Butler Bulldog herself. She's one of the assistant coaches at Butler. Why I am as we speak. She's out there coaching.
I know. That's my Facebook stalking. I knew the answer. Thank you for allowing me the leeway for that joke. But listen, man. This is hashtag dad goals. Yeah. I mean, the life you live in right now that your kids do athletes. Now, I coach you sports. I got something good going right now. My kids are excelling and they seem to be having fun. But I get a lot of parents that come up to me and they say, hey, little Johnny, what can I do to get him interested? How can I don't think we're going to come back for another season. It's not you, coach, but I'm forcing him to come. When I see little things like that, I'm just kind of curious. What do you think has made you successful in being able to bring the athletics to your kids and not even just them to participate? They're excelling. How did you pull that off?
Well, for me, my kids still saw me, loving or playing the game with passion. Playing softball, travel softball, and whatever sports they saw me playing, they saw I played with passion. So they in turn have played with passion, and even the kids that aren't my kids that I may train or may coach. I'm able to me my specialty is able to bring that passion, that love into playing that they need. I always tell parents, hey, I coach with love. I'm gonna coach you hard, but I'm gonna coach your kids with love. So I think I'm able to bring that out, where most coaches or a lot of coaches aren't able to bring that out of players. Some some players just may shut down because they don't like the way a coach talks to them, or
Yeah.
Doesn't like the what they have to have them doing, or different things. But I think I'm able to bring out the best in players just because of my relationship with kids. It's positive. It's with love. It's firm.
Yeah.
By all means, it's firm, but it's with love, and the kids they know when somebody's for them or somebody's against them.
Yes,
They
sir.
know.
Yes, sir.
They know when somebody's on their side trying to make them better. They know when somebody's not. So that's been my, a little ammunition for me as a coach in the sport and just with, around kids in general.
So I want to stay on Papa Murray for a second. Hope that I shouldn't have any copyright infringement issues there. But we're going to come back to Coach Murray in a second. So let me talk to Papa Murray.
Mm-hmm.
Papa Murray, at what point did the best athlete mantle in the house get passed? Because I'm going to say that first daughter took it.
Mm-hmm.
I know you were still playing some travel ball, which seems unfair with a 400 season in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
But when that oldest started getting serious into volleyball, what them one-on-ones, what them drills look like? At what point was she better than you? I'm gonna put that out there. I know she took it from you. Am I right?
Oh yeah, by all means. I coached her starting in 6th grade, all the way through high school.
Okay.
But she might have learned a lot of other skills in volleyball.
Yes,
from
sir.
other coaches. I definitely will give them props.
Uh-huh.
But I think the passion and the go get them attitude to be better, to be successful, she got from me for sure.
Yeah.
Not to say my wife or her mother doesn't push or put certain things within her.
Yes, sir.
But I know that athleticism and just that drive came from me. In my opinion, somebody they may say different, but I used to push her, really hard to be better in practice. I used to get on her a lot more than I did other players. Still in a loving way. There was no doubt that I was still dad. I was still dad as a coach. So. I was able to differentiate, the two, pretty well with my kids.
I don't think you gave it to me, Papa Murray. I'm going back in there. I'm going back there. Oh, I probably should have told you this was going to be a hard-hitting expose.
Okay.
Now that I told you that, now that we are 20 minutes in, wait a minute. Did she have a jump serve or a standing serve?
Well, at first she had a standing serve, but she's pretty strong. And then I kept telling her, hey, you need to use your jump serve more. Right. Because she has so much power that it's hard to, return that back. So it wasn't until, she started her jump serve probably in 8th grade, but it was like a jump float. But she started that jump top spin serve like her senior year, and it was like ridiculous. I mean, really, it was ridiculous.
Wait. They can put a top spin.
Oh yeah.
Wait, hold on. Okay, I gotta talk to Coach Murray for a quick second. We're coming back to Papa. Coach, how do you put a spin on a serve even with the jump? How does that?
Yeah,
you twisting your fist as you hit it?
No, you don't even use your fist. It's an open hand, and you gotta really toss it up with a little spin, get on top of it, reach it high. But yeah, some players who have that jump, top spin serve, it's a killer.
What? I didn't know. I didn't know there was. Wow.
Oh yeah,
there's levels to this. I see.
Yeah, you see it all day in college.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna come back to Coach. I didn't get what I wanted from Papa Murray, so I'm still on him. I'm still on him like a bulldog.
I got you.
Okay. Did you have a jump serve or a standing serve as you were coaching her?
I didn't have any serve.
I'm not a
player. I'm not a player.
The next question was who had the most precision between you and that oldest, and it sounds like all the medals. go to her.
Yeah, she did. She had the power, she had the precision, but her sisters probably are better servers at a young age than she was.
Oh man, that's because that's that Coach Murray part. You got better, and you were able to bring it to them because you said she started at 6. The oldest started 6th grade.
Yeah, she started travel in 6th grade. She started playing in 4th grade, I think.
Okay.
And then my other 2 started when they were like 7, so in like 2nd grade.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Okay, so you had that. Okay, wait. Now, just so you know, a lot of people do this. I normally don't say anything, but you never have to worry about your opinion that you give because you're the one on the podcast. And I do like to cause a little trouble, but I don't want to. But let's go back to Mama Murray. Did Mama Murray play any sports?
No, she didn't. I'm just going to leave it simple. She did not. Now the girls will say something, more profound. Like, no, she didn't. But no, she's not an athlete. She's a musician.
Oh, wait. What instruments?
She played the piano.
Oh, she's spiking no ball with them fingers.
No, she's not. She's not getting them
nails. She ain't playing no basketball with those fingers.
Not at all.
She ain't getting those things jammed up for nothing. Does she have a big hand, or she got small hands?
She has probably an average size hand. She's not a big lady at all.
Yeah.
She's rather petite, really. She, the athletic, part, it's not on her, and she accepts that. But she's a big supporter.
Now, can any of your girls play the piano?
No, one of them started. The middle one started. No, the oldest one started. But she got bored quickly, and she stopped. So, yeah.
This is the last Papa, but it's going to go right into Coach. So, Papa Murray, knowing your wife is a pianist, my wife is classically trained. We own a piano in the house. I'm not rich. It was a familial piano that she had. And when she moved out, her mom said, yeah, you can have this. And so that's how we got it. Because of that, I thought I'm going to put my kids in band or orchestra, whatever will allow them to learn piano. And then we have that at the house. We might as well stick with it. What do you think I could do from some of the things your wife has told you about her getting them skills? How can I get my girls to play the piano and get good? Because I feel like we got to get that.
I think it's a nice, something to put in your back pocket too, to learn some type of instrument. I get like any other thing. I think put them into some lessons with a professional. Is the way to go. To see if they fall in love with that talent. Even though we tried, we can say we gave it a good effort to have them learn some type of instrument, but they just didn't fall in love with it.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get that. I want to get to the coach. All right, so Coach, I need to know what kind of coach you are. Are you old school? Like we running laps, we running suicides. Your players know what every line on that court feels like. Like what would your play? I've never asked anyone this. What would your players describe you as when they say Coach Murray?
They like to imitate me. Actually, they will imitate me and say, "Get on the line," and I like to say, "Get on the line." I'm old school. That I don't use it necessarily strictly as a consequence or punishment per se.
Yes, sir.
But if somehow you're gonna learn that you have to do certain things right, and you have to do them consistently. You got to do them right all the time.
Yes.
You can't take plays off.
Yes.
You can't just turn it on when you want to. If I've told you 12 times and you continue want to do it your way, well, all right, we're gonna stop that. We're gonna stop that. We're gonna learn you today.
Yes.
So I'm old school type coach. I had some old school coaches that, hey, they instilled in me. You got to work hard. You got to go hard all the time. You can't go halfway, sometimes, and turn it on when you want to. You got to go hard for the team and yourself at all times.
I want to remind people about what I started this conversation with, my time in Indianapolis. So when I rolled up to those chapter meetings, I had an opportunity to engage with our fraternity brothers, and I said, I want to play some basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I got as many text messages or phone calls as telemarketers getting a hold of your phone number. I ended up settling on, I think it might have been Brother Simmons, but I ended up settling on going to a spot I wish I could remember. Some bro was able to open a high school, and we used to go to some high school. And all I know is there was a couple dudes that said they played some D1, and some dudes was nasty, and it was good runs. That's going to go down. I played at UCLA. I played in New York. I played a lot of different places. Some of that ball I played while I was in Indianapolis, some of the best ball I'm talking, we balling. Like, I mean, I talk a little bit. Like, nobody's in there trying to fight. Nobody acting stupid. Nobody's challenging calls. We got it. We know there ain't no refs. Okay, yeah, you know what? We got that. It shouldn't come down to one foul anyway. Like, intelligent, amazing basketball.
Yeah.
So I just want people to know that. And I'm kind of curious also about this one other item I noticed when I was in Indianapolis. And I know I could spend some time on basketball, but we won't get it all in. And for the record, I know I want to have you back. We already mentioned to talk about some volleyball and some demographics and moving the sport forward. I also got a lot of text messages and or phone calls, and at that time, even Facebook invites. Y'all are real serious about skating rinks.
Yeah.
Now,
the rink.
What? I mean, if I live there, I feel like I'm just trying to give the imagery to our listeners. You don't need no club. All you need is a skating rink. I would never, because you think at that age, I think I'm out there. I was a single guy. And I don't need to be nowhere else. And I'm not even trying to be anything ignorant about ladies. I'm just saying to be seen, to be a part of something, and just a good vibe. Most people say the club, but you got to be kidding me.
Yeah, the skating rink was on another level.
Yes. Now, how hard is it when you're a DJ with that skating rink scene? How hard is that?
Well,
I feel like everyone wants to.
Yeah, well, the DJ scene for the rink is a lot different. It's different than the club. You're not trying to get people to dance and things of that sort. You just trying to have a good vibe. And in Indianapolis, going to the rink was a big deal growing up. It's still a big deal. I dabbed in a little DJing at the rink, but it's different. I call myself like a party rocker. I like to see people move, bobbing their head, and hitting the dance floor. The rink is different. You can almost intertwine the two with a club, but it's different. But they have a good time. I'm not a skater. I'll be the first to admit, but that scene at the rink is just something special. I like to watch at the rink because I wish I could skate. But everybody's having a good time at the rink. They getting it in.
Man, I was so impressed. Again, some imagery. You can correct me, Mr. Murray, if I'm wrong. Think Soul Train. Think the club. Think a backyard party, a house party. Roll all that up together. That's what it looks like in that town.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Just that.
Okay. Yes, thank you. Okay. That's what I haven't been able to talk to a lot of people about that. This is why I said Midwest Mafia edition. This is why I want to put that out there. There's an East Coast, West Coast bias, but I think you already know that. They fly right over y'all. People don't even know. Y'all, Detroit, Chi-Town, like it's raw. I mean, I don't mind because that means y'all are the hidden jewels that I got in my back pocket, but man, people don't know.
Everybody has a different vibe. I mean, if you from, it's different to be from Indianapolis or are you from Naptown, when
Oh,
I tell people I'm from Nap, I'm born and raised in Indianapolis, but I'm from Nap. So there's a difference when you say you from Nap, there's a difference, and people who from Nap will tell you it's a difference.
yeah, yeah, man. Man, I had a barber. I had a nice barber, and man, this dude and I used to text even after I moved away. I'm living down in North Carolina. Me and this dude still. I want to say for years after that, I'm still in contact with Brother Simmons. I think he's in Maryland right now. Yeah. It was amazing time. All right, I gotta go back to one other thing that we kind of talked about that people may not know about. When it comes to man, I don't even know if I want to say Indianapolis or not town now, but I'm not from there, so I think I can get away with it.
Yeah.
Y'all dance. It ain't holding up the wall. It ain't just head bobbing. I went to some places. Now, because of R. Kelly, people know Chi-Town stepping. But just something about y'all and y'all's flavor. What can you tell our listeners about that?
Well, I tell you where it comes from. It comes from those DJs. We got some stone cold DJs here in that. That I've been in the game for 40 years. So when the right DJ comes in, everybody's gonna start dancing. That's what we do. Things have changed over the past 10, 15 years.
Yes.
In the club as far as dancing. But growing up, when you had a good DJ, everybody's gonna hit the dance floor. They're not just talking or standing around, running their mouths. Everybody's on the dance floor. But it comes from the good DJs that we have here. I give props to those fellas that are rock. Hey, shoot, really, even ladies now rocking the house as DJs.
Okay, so we gotta do DJ Get Live. All right, where did the name come from? First of all, how did you come up with that? Because that ain't nothing like close to your name.
No, and actually, it's a promoter that's called. His name is Gino, actually, but because I'm Gene, some of the fellas used to call me, "Hey, what's up, Get Live?" And I said, I like it, but I said, I'm gonna spell it different, so I'm DJ Get Live, and I was number 5, with the frat, so I was, Get Live number 5, so yeah, yeah, so my initial DJ name was DJ Bubbles, just because I took after my father's nickname. But I wasn't getting a lot of love with that, so I had to DJ Get Live.
Yeah. All right. When you are rocking spots, how do you gauge if you're doing it? You already said you could see the party moving, but is there something that you say to yourself? For instance, I do a lot of public speaking, and if I see someone, the moment I start to see someone's head dip and they trying to get to their phone, I walk to that side. I might even engage with that person just to make sure. How do you make sure within yourself, how do you keep yourself on pace that you rocking that party?
Well, I don't know. It's something you just know, really. You see some people bobbing their heads. Once you got your favorite songs that you are party rocker type songs.
Yes.
So if you can get them going, it's here in Nap, we got it's a good blend. How we blend songs and bring it in, just the right way. Where there's no misstep in the beats. And when you get into that zone, that the dance floor starts to get packed. People still bobbing their heads. They starting to chant the songs. You get some good party feedback from the audience. Then it just start to flow with the vibe. It's if you've been doing it long enough, you just know. You just know.
What kind of venues are you booking? And I know you've been doing this for a long time, but currently, what do you book now? What do you allow yourself to attend?
Most of mine are right, now like 50th birthday parties because as I'm older now,
Yes.
plus 50. I like to do the old school. That somebody's having a 80s, 90s type of party. That's my
Yes.
vibe. I can rock
Yes.
all day, all night. If you throw me into old school hip hop, type of party. I do some weddings and things of that sort, and I even would DJ for the young high schoolers, which it's hard to because they want what they want. But I'm an
Yeah.
old school hip hop head, so when I'm still able to DJ if I'm not coaching a volleyball game, I like the old school 50th, 40th birthday parties, even 60. That's my vibe these days.
I got to put you on the spot here. This is opinion, but I told you we don't even have to preface that. Where does Teddy Riley rank as far as producers in your book? He brought in a New Jack Swing, that blend, that coercion of that cohesion of hip hop and pop and R&B. So where do you rank him?
He's probably, to me, he's one of the top 5 because, back in the 80s, he was able to bring both of them together. And everybody might not admit it, but we were rocking the, New Jack Swing and, the guy, we were rocking with it.
Yes.
And singing along. So, he's right up there in the top 5 to me. That's what, when you talk about producing, definitely top 5.
Well, that's coming. I know this. I'm a young brother. I just moved. I just moved to Indianapolis.
Yeah,
not Naptown. I'm in Indianapolis. I'm an investment
oh boy.
But I'm a brother. I'm this guy.
Yeah.
I'm having a wedding. I come to you. I don't know nothing about nothing. But you tell me, what are 2 songs you've got to play for me for this wedding? I'm not from there.
Yeah.
But I don't want to say no more. Just 2 songs you got to get in. I'm just curious.
2 songs I got to get in.
Yes.
Probably LL Rock the Bells and Blow the Whistle by Too Short.
Oh.
With a lot of different variations. I'm going to put a hefty mix, with all of them.
Yo. Okay. Because we coming back to that other thing, man. This time's going too quick. I gotta have you back, Coach. I gotta have you back. All right. For those of us who are not from your city, what is something that y'all play? What's an artist, a song? What's a staple that y'all got? Because it may be somebody I don't even know about. What do y'all play? What do y'all gotta play? You can, if there's 1 or 2 or 3 songs you gotta mention. What is Naptown heavy?
Yeah, if you're talking about Naptown, you think of some songs that we grew up on. One would be the Showboys and Drag Rap. That's a hot song. It was a hot song in Nap, and still is. I'll still rock that one too. Probably some DJ Jimmy. Yeah, DJ Jimmy's is hot in Nap. And let's see here. If I was to go another one, probably Salt and Pepper. I'll Take Your Man. That's a hot one in Nap. That's a hot one. Yeah, that's a party rocker right there.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Now, I think you knew this was coming. I wanted to give you a time. Let's say I was stalling, if you will.
Yeah.
Top 5 DJs dead or alive.
Dead or alive. Woo. From Nap or just in general?
In general.
In general. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, I said I like to rock with DJ Premier.
Okay.
Kid Caprice. I like him too.
Yeah.
He's sick with it. Here locally. I mean, I like my main man Freddie Fresh. He's a Naptown legend. We started about the same time, but he's doing it still. DJ Small, who actually got me started, is still one of my favorites. he started me DJing, and he took his talents to Atlanta, and hit up that scene. And then I probably would go. I like let's see here. I like DJ Clue. And let's see here. There's so many of them.
I see that.
Yeah, it's a lot of other ones that I haven't really heard live, or heard on the mixtape scene, but it's a lot of DJs, Cut Creator, that were doing it back in the day.
Gotcha. Okay, we're gonna get out of here. So there's a couple of rapid fires I always like to end with.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit you with this one first because I got some others on the back end. This one is the stressful one.
Yeah.
I believe in 6 degrees of separation. Who is the most interesting person in your life that you can help me get on this podcast? And you're willing to help. I may not get to get them, but just for the conversation, who is that?
The most interesting person. That's a great question though. I think I got 2 of them.
Oh.
One is DJ Small, like I spoke of. He's, as far as music, producing, DJing, from all over the country, he's an interesting fella. He's just knows the game, and just a breadth of knowledge. If you want to talk music. Yeah. And another brother who's a new Marcus Robinson. Just when it comes to education, and he was the new you referred to it when the school that he started, back in the day where we were hooping. But in the education scene, he has changed lives in Indianapolis, in St. Louis. And he's now changing lives in Milwaukee. He's just one who, when you talk about education, knows how to put it all together. He's very strategic in what he does. Yeah. Those 2 to me are some stand-up guys that will be great to talk to.
Whoa. I won't put the numbers out there. Marcus C. Robinson, Vice Hallmark, Indianapolis alumni, Alpha chapter, Spring 91.
That's it. That's him. Yeah, he was my Vice Hallmark.
That's how legit these brothers are, man. I need that info. I got his number right here. I got this. Okay. He had 317.
Yeah, he's a different number now, but I can give it to you.
Okay, yeah, appreciate that.
Yeah,
because we're gonna all right,
he's a good brother to talk to.
Okay. I would love that blast from the past.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna finish on this one. When you finally, and you might be coaching while you're in a wheelchair, not wishing that on you.
No.
Saying like you went 120. But when you retire, where are you gonna retire to?
Retiring, I don't know. I'll probably retire doing something.
No.
Yeah, I get that honestly. I don't know. I would like to say I can when I retire, I like to be able to spend more time with my family. Different whether it's trips or just spending time. But I'm sure the way my motor runs, I'm gonna retire and still continue doing something. And it's probably going to involve kids or people.
Yeah, which means you got more time to do that.
Yeah.
I was in Houston, and I was just having a little lunch with a 50-year jacket winning. That's the first time I've ever gone and seen someone I know that gets a 50-year jacket in our fraternity. He's a retired judge, and his wife says now that he's not a judge, she probably don't see as much of him as before because he volunteers. He does like Meals on Wheels because that's who he is. So she can't tell he's retired because his motor is running. And she said she can't wait. Like he had to get a surgery or something. She's like, I'm glad he getting the surgery because now he gonna stay himself at home.
Yeah, that's what I get told at home too. Now you can slow down.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But,
so
everybody knows me. I don't slow down.
I could see it. Sir, this was amazing. I feel really bad. I knew you were traveling. I didn't feel bad about that. I was going to get you jet lagged.
Yeah.
I didn't know where you were coming from. Although I did see on Facebook, you did say your location. But if you would have been in Hawaii, I would have been like, nah, I'm still doing it. But
yeah, no doubt.
now that I know you at her game and she's coaching, man, I feel really bad. But those are points right there. You already was amazing to me, but
appreciate that.
I think they got a little something extra for you now. This is the last thing I always ask on the way out. Is there anything you would like to leave as a parting shot? And I'll just offer, because sometimes people are like, I don't really know. You mentioned one of the things you pass along to your girls, especially like you were starting off with that first one, because I believe in monkey see, monkey do. That one sibling wants to be like the other sibling, wants to be like the other sibling because they see it. They can see this one does that, this one plays that. And you were saying you taught her how to get at it. But what would be anything that you'd like to live with our listeners?
Well, if you're gonna do something, do it with some passion.
Yes,
Do it with all you got, because one, you never know who's watching. And if you want to be a benefit to somebody, they have to see the best in you. So, no matter whether I'm like coaching, whether I'm in Kappa, whether I'm National Society of Black Engineers, whether I'm playing sports or whatever, I'm gonna give it my all. You're gonna see that everything that I do, I mean it, and I'm gonna make sure everybody knows it. So, and that's probably what draws people to, I guess, to my circle or to me here in that, and really all over. And I'm not a false fake type guy. What you see is what you get. So it's gonna be with passion, and I'm gonna do everything I do with passion. So if I was gonna tell others, do it with some passion, do it with heart. Don't be fake about it. And then you'll get probably a lot better results.
That is how you end it.
Yeah.
Brother Murray, I appreciate your time. I appreciate your sacrifice to keep this time, and go Dogs.
Yeah, go Dogs. I appreciate you. No, definitely appreciate it. We got to do this again.
Yes, sir. We will. Have a great rest of the day.
All right. Thank you. You too.
Like, subscribe. These are the individuals we are bringing you, exceptional people. Thank you, everybody, for listening in.